You don't need more books. You don't need another productivity hack. What you need is to stop silently murdering your creativity every single day. These 7 habits, they're the killers. And the worst part, you probably think they're helping you. Habit 1, constant consumption. You think you're learning, you're just stuffing your brain. Creativity needs space, silence, room to breathe. But when you're constantly consuming content, opinions, ideas, you're not creating. You're reacting. You're drowning in other people's voices. Ever notice how your best ideas come when you're doing nothing? Yeah, that's not an accident. But even silence can be a trap if you fall into this next habit. Habit 2, waiting to feel inspired. Inspiration is unreliable. It shows up late, leaves early, and it doesn't care about your schedule. Real creatives, they don't wait to feel like it. They show up anyway, even on the boring days, even when it sucks, because they know the muse only visits people who are already moving. But what if you are showing up and still feel stuck? That brings us to habit number 3. Habit 3, perfectionism. The need to make it perfect is killing your momentum. Perfection doesn't inspire creativity. It chokes it. You're editing before you even begin. You're judging the baby before it learns to crawl. The first draft is supposed to be ugly, but ugly leads to progress, and perfection leads to paralysis. But some habits kill creativity slowly, like rust. Habit number 4, you might think it's a good thing. Habit 4, overscheduling. You're always busy, always planning, always doing, but creativity isn't a machine. It doesn't punch in at 9 a.m. and leave at 5. Overscheduling leaves no room for randomness, no detours, no what-ifs. And those what-ifs, that's where the magic hides. But what if you do make time and still nothing comes? Habit number 5 might be why. Habit 5, comparing yourself. Comparison kills more dreams than failure ever will. You see someone else's polished video, artwork, idea, and you freeze. You doubt. Why even try? But what you see is the end product. You didn't see the drafts, the breakdowns, the ugly in between. You're comparing your backstage to their highlight reel. But even if you stop comparing, there's one thing left that can drain all your creative power. Habit 6, self-censorship. You get an idea, then kill it in your head before it ever sees light. That's dumb. No one will care. I'm not ready. And just like that, a spark dies. Self-censorship is fear dressed up as logic. And every time you silence your voice, your creative muscle gets weaker. But the most silent killer of all, it's the last habit, and it hides in plain sight. Habit 7, ignoring your curiosity. You see something weird, interesting, a little strange, and your brain lights up, what is that? But you scroll past. You shut it down. Curiosity is the fuel of creativity, and every time you ignore it, you're cutting the wire to your best ideas. Creativity doesn't live in answers. It lives in questions. You're not broken. You're not untalented. You're just buried under habits that don't belong to you anymore. Start digging, one habit at a time, because your creativity, it's not gone. It's waiting, and if you're still here, maybe it's time you stopped waiting too.